Good morning. Hopefully you had enough time to catch up with the videos that you have not seen yet. Yes? Did you? Okay, great. I hope you did. Now, today we're going to talk about seeing things as a whole. When I show you an object, do you see this as a bottle with water with a cap with a label? It is a whole, right? If you separate the label, it's going to be two objects separated by a certain distance, because we assume that distance is something that separates things from each other. Distance, maybe, what if you hold your hands? Are they together or are they separate? You can take them apart, you can take this apart, you can take your body apart, and still it is one. Anyway, what I'm trying to get with this is, if you look at your body as a body, as we usually used to look at it, we have a liver, we have a heart, we have a tooth, we have a knee joint, right? When we go to the hospital, we go to the dentist, we go to the orthopedic surgeon if we have a knee problem, and it is all separate. Everybody looks at a certain part. If we get sick, if we sneeze, we go to the hospital. If we have problems in our mind and spirit, we might go to the temple and meditate, or go to a psychiatrist. We separate things. But I want you to start looking at things as a whole, without separating into certain departments, into pieces. With Chinese traditional medicine like acupuncture and herbal medicines, the doctor looks at the body as a whole. You come to the doctor and you say, my knee hurts, and he's asking you, oh, how's your sleep patterns, how's your this and how's your that, which is very, very foreign to the Western type of medicine, right? If your knee hurts, we're going to take an x-ray of your knee and see what is wrong with it and treat the knee. And the doctor who treats your knee will never ask you about your sleep patterns or about your diet, let's say, right? Okay, this is another way. I'm trying to get you to the way, to see the way of the togetherness, of everything is connected. The same happens in your life. You see your life in sections, in divisions. You see work, you see family, you see exercise, you see hobbies, you see friends, parents, house, property, investments, retirement plan, whatever. It is all in bits. So when there is a problem in one area, we target that one area. Why is there a problem? We're not looking at everything else. Although, just like in our body, if there is a problem here, there's a problem here. And this is known to the Eastern doctors, and perhaps to some Western doctors as well. If you get stressed, suddenly you can have diarrhea, and that does not depend on what you have eaten at all. It's not connected to the intestines. This is from your mind. Or if you're afraid of something, oh, my stomach started hurting. If you are, let's say, I don't know, missing somebody, you always feel that hunger, physical hunger, and you want to eat, and you gain weight, although you're not really hungry, but because you are missing that love, missing that person, whatever that is, that comes from a different area. The same happens in our lives. Our job, and we might have problems at work, then we isolate that one area and start to think, well, maybe my boss is not good enough, maybe I'm not working hard enough, maybe I'm sick of the job. But we are forgetting of the other organs and the other parts of the same whole one, which is us, which is our life, that the problems often come from other areas. And the symptoms show up here. The symptoms can come from work and show up in the family, yet we do not realize it. There are no people without problems. We all have problems in one area or the other, like little flowers. I'd like to call them flowers, kind of prickly flowers that you need to cut down, right? Or get rid of slowly. Or like a pimple in this area and that area, or more than a pimple, a tumor. Yes, some things are like that. And let's not isolate one department from the other. Let's try to find causes everywhere. Think about this is the exercise for you today. Think about your life. You have your work or your school and your family, this and this. Is there any problem anywhere in your life? It doesn't have to be a huge problem, just a small tension problem which you would like to resolve. Yes, I'm not quite comfortable with that little or big thing in my life, be it health, be it family, be it work. Can you find the problem yet? Can you think of it? Now think of the cause of that problem. And this is not as easy as we think it is, because we assume that this is the problem, we get absorbed in that problem, we blame everything that is around that problem as the cause of that problem, but often it is removed from another area. It starts here, it shows up there. What's the exercise? 1, to identify the problem. 2, try to identify the cause, looking at all other areas of your life, not only in one area. So if that is a problem at your work, if you feel not satisfied with your current position, something is lacking, look elsewhere. Just like if you have some physical problems, look elsewhere. Is it in here? Is it in here? Or is it in there? And physical, mental, and the environmental issues are all connected. So this becomes a lot more complex. But once you train yourself to trace the problem back to its cause, it is much, much easier to solve. Yes, it is. If you have some tension with an old friend, yes, you had a fight and you don't meet them, but still it sort of sits inside you like an unresolved little something that should be really addressed, but you don't have time for it, it's not really that important, and suddenly your back starts hurting. And you can say, well, it must have been from the exercise that I did, but often it can come from other areas. This flow, it's difficult to connect it mentally. How is that related to my back? It can't be. Yes, it can. It can. It can. Especially skin problems, stomach problems, whatever you are sensitive, whatever area you are sensitive in, problems can come from other areas. If you're having problems down here, that is also something to look for outside. Look for the cause outside. Today the thoughts are not so organized, but this is also a new concept to me. A concept that I have observed and analyzed over the years, but still it is not really packaged into this ready to present theory. I want you to think along with me. Think parallel, and see what sort of decisions and what sort of theories we come up with. But instead of isolating things and dealing with the problem which is at hand, let's look at the other way of connecting everything to everything else and see if that will work in solving our own problems, solving our little issues that might have come from different areas. Where is that tension in your life? Where did it come from? What does it feel like? And what is the reflection of that issue? Okay? Okay. Not too long today. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.